Hey you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I just happened to notice that it's already rumbling out here. It looks like we're in for another Florida afternoon thunderstorm, and that is going to be pretty much the weather for the next 3 months. I think they're calling for about anywhere between 92 to 95 degrees every day in the next 10 days, and the nights to be about 75 to 76 degrees. So what does that mean for me as a gardener? Well, that means tomatoes are pretty much done, unless maybe they're young or they're just still finishing out their fruiting. They're already set on the plant. So tomatoes are really pretty much gone. Unless they're maybe Everglades tomatoes, they may also produce fruit in the Florida heat. But yeah, for the most part, tomatoes are done. The peppers are doing fantastic. And let's see, the pineapples are starting, some of them are starting to show a little bit of color on them. So I'll be keeping an eye on them to see if they need picking. Watch the bottoms mostly, because the bottoms will go yellow first, or they'll just in generally be less green. And so keep an eye on those, and then I usually let them finish up in the house if I think there's not going to be any rodent or pest pressure. So anyhow, that's also going on. The permaculture looks pretty good. I fertilized on the 1st of June all my fruit trees and my vines, and that was something I do every 3 to 4 months. So it's on my schedule, June 1st. And let's see, gotta watch for standing water, you guys, because in Florida that just means mosquitoes. So my compost tea has to be knocked over, and I know I probably should keep it up, but the mosquitoes were growing inside of it. 2 days ago we had 3 inches of rain just during the dinner hour, and that was a lot. Last night we had a massive thunderstorm, and I was pretty certain that one of these trees got hit pretty good with the lightning. I don't know which one, but it felt like it was right in the yard with us. I mean, it tingled down my arms and just maybe like I felt it through my whole body. You ever had lightning that close to you? Yeah. So and today we're right on schedule again. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to do some tasks, but I wanted to tell you also, when I was in Georgia, I saw my mom and dad have this fantastic hummingbird feeder, and they've had it in the same place for years, so the hummingbirds always know to come back to it. And I got some beautiful hummingbird footage of that, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that footage for you guys right now so you can see it. I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I caught that female hummingbird at their feeder a few times. And so right now what I'm doing is I grabbed all those beans. Since we're getting daily rain, and some of these are breaking right on the vine, not the vine, but right on the bush. They're actually been breaking, and some of them are still in the garden, which means I'm gonna have some volunteer beans. But anyhow, I had beans attached to you guys. Yeah, so I'm trying to do that before this rain hits right now this afternoon. I just can't leave them out here another day. They gotta get to drying. And but back to the hummingbird story. So I wanted to tell you guys that yesterday was really, really cool. Oh, see, there they are. See how they're just everywhere now? I gotta get them out of here. Sorry, I'm multitasking, aren't I? You gotta do it when you can. Yeah, before those storms come. They're just all over, man. I bet I get a lot of volunteer beans this coming fall. Anyhow, so back to the hummingbirds. Yesterday, Jack and we were pulling out of the driveway, and I made him stop the car, and I was like, look, look, look. I saw hummingbirds on my red salvia in the front yard. And whoo, oh my gosh, that's great. That's the first time. I've always heard that they will go to salvia and some other plants that I have in my yard, but I really haven't seen hummingbirds in my yard anywhere but right on the feeders. So that is cool. They're actually, every year I'm starting to see progress of me having turned my yard into a regular grass yard and now into something favorable for pollinators and hummingbirds. And yeah, it's so much more of a food forest slash pollinator friendly place. I'm just so tickled. I say that word a lot, don't I? I had another video like that. But it's really important to me to create that right habitat. And in all seasons, you know, we've got the dry season, we got the wet season. So maybe I'll make a video for you guys, but I'm trying to find, sorry about the AC unit. Let me move away from that. But I'm trying to create a yard where I have blooms going off in every month of the year. And I think I pretty much have done that, but it'd be kind of cool to make a video about that, to maybe like a progression over the whole year of all the different blooms that stay from month to month to month. And if they come and go, you know, what replaces them and what can be there for the hummingbirds and the dragonflies, butterflies, you know, just bees, everything. So anyhow, I wanted to share that with you guys. Another plant, while I'm thinking about it, that's supposed to be a hummingbird attractant. Oh, too. So the alamanda, that should be a hummingbird attractant, but I've never seen hummingbirds there yet. And then this is the Lady Margaret passion flower. So this puts out tons of blooms. Look, they're everywhere. And the Gulf fritillary butterflies love it up here. But I know they're supposed to also attract hummingbirds, but I have not seen one yet. I haven't given up hope. Look, here's some more. Aren't they just gorgeous? They are so gorgeous. So I'm so excited what is going on in the yard. Before we walk away from this side, okay, this is my maypop. I showed you in a couple videos. It jumped from this side of the trellis over to this. Now it's like a year old. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But so it's like a year-old plant, but the baby Gulf fritillary larva, if you will, man, they were chewing up these stems. And I know there's always some discussion about, do I leave them on there or not? Okay, so I left them on there the first year and I had sticks. So this season, as we came into spring, I went ahead and so I went ahead this spring and I picked off, there weren't that many, maybe 3 Gulf fritillaries, and then maybe a couple weeks later I had another 1 or 2, but I had to pick them off to give this plant a fighting chance. You see the different blooms about to start here. Well, the same was over here, and it was getting eaten down to nothing. Oh, look at the little lizard. Oh well. And so now it has a fighting chance. And if the larvae want to come on here, or eggs, you know, that's fine. Now the plant's big enough to survive some pest pressure. But this is my first bloom on this plant. So this is maypop. It's supposed to be purple. Perhaps I got the wrong variety, or perhaps this is just maybe tortured a little bit. But I'm really interested to see. This one's supposed to be way better at fruiting than the Lady Margaret. The Lady Margaret's mostly just flowers, not fruiting. Oh, I hear the thunder again. Anyhow, so I'm excited, and hopefully that'll bring in some pollinators. Look at this. This is just a little side note. This is my red roselle, not to be confused with the Florida cranberry or the cranberry hibiscus. So, and this is its calyx. But this is just the start of it. This plant is only about 2.5 feet high, and it'll go up to 7-8 feet and put on hundreds and hundreds of these that we make tea and jam out of in the fall. About October is when we start doing that. So anyhow, I don't want to put too many topics in this video, but I'm just so happy to see a yard that is filled with goodness and blooms and stuff that makes pollinators happy. And I hope maybe one day I'll be able to catch the hummingbird that's going to the salvia. So I'll have that picture of the salvia for you, since for now it'll be almost impossible for me to catch her out there taking a sip of the nectar. So anyhow, take care, you guys. God bless. Stay dry, okay? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.